Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is another episode of Project Light, a series of videos where I'm going through all my kit and equipment that I'm taking on the Pacific Crest Trail in 2026 in the attempt to see if I can make things just that little bit lighter. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. It all helps the channel out. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at my wet and warm kit and see if I can make it a little bit lighter, or will I have to swap it out. So let's find out how I got on this time. First thing I'm going to look at is my rain jacket. So here's the information about it just here. This is it here, packed down to as small as I can get it. This has been a really good raincoat. It's got a lot of great features on it, from pit zips to help ventilate. It's quite breathable for Gore-Tex jacket. Very robust, but it is that little bit weighty, and especially considering the weather pattern on the PCT is not the same as Scotland, where it's rainy and a bit more rain. PCT seems more of mostly dry with the odd rainy days. To go with my waterproof jacket, I also have a pair of these waterproof trousers. Again, I'll put the information here for you so you can see it. These together have kept me really warm and dry on the hill, especially in absolute downpours of torrential rain, but they are a bit overkill for the PCT, so I can't make these any lighter, so they're going to have to get replaced. Let's get rid of them. What am I going to replace them with? Now, I've already spent a lot of money on the jacket and the bottom, so I don't want to spend a lot of money on something ultra light, ultra thin. It's going to do the job, but ultimately it's going to be very expensive, because when I come back to Scotland, I'm going to continue to hike with the jacket and trousers that I have. They're just not suitable for the trail that I'm going on. So I needed something that would be not as expensive. Price was a big one for me, that would do the job and last me the length of the trail. So looking at all the different jackets, looking at all the different reviews, I ended up coming up with a solution to my problem. The Frog Togs. These have had some great reviews. A lot of hikers have carried these, especially back in the day on the PCT. They are very breathable, waterproof, but for robustness, they're not really the best. But considering they won't be on all the time, and they're only really going to get used for the duration of the PCT, they're not going to get used when I come home. I'm going to go back to what I originally had, so they're going to work absolutely fine for that. If I do need to replace them, or they get damaged, I can fix them with some duct tape, whatever it is, and I can replace them easily on the trail because they are quite cheap. Some of the other issues they have is the bottoms have been known to split in half when you squat down. I'm going to deal with that by not squatting down in them, so that's going to fix that. But again, if they do split, I'll get the duct tape out and fix them up and continue on the trail. I can't imagine the bottoms are going to be on that much anyway. If anything, it's more likely going to be the top when it comes to the rain, or if I need to use them as a wind jacket. So these should do all right on the trail. So the next thing I'm going to look at is my puffy jacket. Now, I have a Mountain Equipment synthetic puffy jacket. I'll put the information here for you. This is a really good jacket, especially for in Scotland when it's very, very wet. So normal down, probably not the best here. So synthetic works really well. So if it does get wet, I can still wear it and still retain some heat. A synthetic jacket is a bit overkill, especially for the weight, and it's not entirely the most packable either, so it's maybe not the right jacket to take on the trail with me. The puffy jacket I'm going to take with me is from Decathlon. Here's the information of it here. As you can see, it's considerably lighter than my Mountain Equipment. It's also a lot cheaper as well. So if this only survives the trail, I'm not going to be totally broken hearted, but it's got great reviews and I imagine it is going to continue to serve me well long after the PCT. This is it here in a little Dyneema bag. So packed down really well, and it's a great jacket. It may not have all the amazing features that my Mountain Equipment one has, but it does have a lot of features and it is really robust, and I imagine it's going to be really good on the trail. The last item of warm kit that I'm taking with me is a lightweight running top from Decathlon. I'll put the information for it here. So this is going to serve me well, especially when I move into the more windy areas when it's maybe too hot to put my puffy on, but it's too cold for my sun hoodie. This packs down really small as well, takes up virtually no space in the pack. It's really comfy, and as you can see, it's really light. So even though I've added this to my wet and warm kit, the weight is still significantly lighter than what I had before. This jacket is also really cheap as well. It's not expensive. Decathlon do some good quality gear at an affordable price. So this feels nice. It's really comfy to have on, and it's going to do the job brilliantly when it comes to protecting me from the wind and early morning chills. So let's see how I got on this time. So here's all the stats from everything that I've went through. As you can see, there's a massive weight reduction from what I originally had to what I have now, despite the fact that I've also added an extra item of clothing onto it with my lightweight running top. Still significantly lighter than my original wet and warm kit that I took with me on the Tour Mont Blanc, and from what I also use hiking in Scotland. All in all, I think I've done quite well this time. Yes, I've had to pretty much replace everything I have, but when it came to the price point, it didn't break the bank to replace what I had with what I now have. And I'm looking forward to trying all these items out on the trail and let you know how they get on. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and hopefully it's given you some ideas on what to do to lighten your kit before any big through hike or even short backpacking trips. And we will see you for our next episode of Project Light.